That calico mother cat was so fierce, it made me hesitate. The moment I reached into the concrete pipe to try and pull the kittens out, she attacked without warning. She didn't run. She chose to fight for her babies. That day, I was taking my usual walk in the park when something made me stop in my tracks. Tucked behind some bushes, inside a round, abandoned concrete pipe, was a calico mother cat lying across the entrance. Behind her, I could barely make out 2, maybe 3, tiny kittens. No meows, no movement, just the sharp, protective eyes of the mother watching me closely. I put on a thick glove, carefully reaching in to try and take the kittens out one by one. But every time I got close, the mother hissed, raised her claws, and lunged. She was small, but her will to protect was enormous. On the third attempt, she pulled so hard she ripped the glove right off my hand and dragged it into the pipe. I backed off, a little sore and a lot more thoughtful. In my heart, I wondered, how can I rescue the kittens without hurting the mother? I looked around and found a long branch, then plucked some leaves and bundled them together. Back at the pipe, I used the branch to nudge the glove out of the way. Then, gently, I used the leafy bundle to block the mother's view, just enough to calm her defenses. With my other hand, I slowly pulled the kittens out, one by one. This time, I succeeded. But my heart was heavy. She wasn't angry, she was terrified of losing her children. I began searching the area and, to my surprise, found more kittens crawling around. One was hiding under an abandoned car, another near a flower pot, and one timidly stepping out into the grass. Carefully, I gathered each one, heart racing with worry. Was that all of them? Or was another baby still out there, waiting? I smeared some wet cat food on the branch and leaves, then slowly brought it closer to the mother. She sniffed, then cautiously licked it. No more growling. Her eyes softened. I placed a bowl of dry food nearby, and to my relief, she ate every bit. I exhaled deeply. At last, she was beginning to trust. After she finished eating, the mother didn't resist when I placed the carrier nearby. I brought the little family home. There, I checked the mother, no serious wounds, just a bit thin. I cleaned each kitten, wrapped them in warm towels, and placed them beside her. The peace in that moment was overwhelming. I knew I was doing the right thing. I placed the carrier in a quiet corner of my home, with bowls of fresh water and food. The mother ate hungrily, like she hadn't had a full meal in days. One by one, I brought the kittens to her belly, and they latched on, suckling eagerly. No more panicked cries, just the sound of chewing and steady, contented breathing. A few weeks later, I could barely recognize them. The once fragile kittens were now bouncing all over the house. The mother had become calm, often lounging on the sofa, watching her babies play. Every day, I felt grateful that I hadn't walked past that concrete pipe. One moment of stopping had created a whole new family.
In the quiet town of Ratchaburi, Thailand, an awe-inspiring miracle has left both veterinarians and animal lovers stunned. A tiny, fragile kitten born with 2 heads, clinging to life against all odds. What began as a typical day for Shabaprai Nil Pet, a devoted cat lover with over a decade of experience, quickly spiraled into an unforgettable tale of resilience, compassion, and the will to survive. Coming home from work, Shabaprai noticed something wasn't right. Her beloved Persian cat, Snow, was struggling during labor. One kitten had already been born healthy, but 2 others were stuck. Fearing for Snow's life, Shabaprai rushed her to the vet for an emergency C-section. During the procedure, the vets discovered something no one expected. A kitten with 2 heads, struggling to breathe, her heart barely beating. Medics immediately began CPR, gently compressing her tiny chest. Every second counted. Against all odds, the kitten took her first breath. Back at home, the kitten now rests with her siblings. Shabaprai gave her 2 names, Njern and Thong, Thai words meaning money and gold. She can't nurse like the others. Both heads require feeding by syringe. Shabaprai now feeds her round the clock, carefully giving each mouth the milk it needs. Regular chest rubs help stimulate the kitten's lungs and heart. She is fragile, but her spirit is fierce. This is Snow's 4th litter, Shabaprai shares. But I've never seen anything like this. I was shocked, but I choose to believe she's a lucky charm. Instead of fear, Shabaprai embraced hope. She saw not deformity, but a life worth fighting for. Njern and Thong may be different, but they are deeply loved. Their story is not only rare, it's a reminder that love, dedication, and compassion can create miracles. What would you do if faced with the impossible? Shabaprai chose to fight. And now, two little faces blink up at her, each one a miracle of life. The birth of the two-headed cat. The result of genetic mutation. The two-headed cat is actually a congenital malformation. That is, an abnormality occurs during embryonic development. As a result, the two embryos are not completely separated, but share some organs and bodies. This phenomenon is called conjoined twins in medicine, and it also occurs in the animal kingdom, such as two-headed snakes, two-headed turtles, two-headed pigs, etc. The cause of this phenomenon is mainly genetic mutation, which may be caused by genetic, environmental, drug, and other factors. In cats, this phenomenon is very rare. According to statistics, only 1 in every 100,000 cats may have a two-headed cat. In the United States, there is a woman named Kyla King. She has a Persian cat. The Persian cat is pregnant and the due date is May 20th. On that day, Kyla King discovered that the Persian cat gave birth to 6 kittens, one of which was very special. It had 2 heads, 4 ears, 2 mouths, but only 1 body. Kyla King was so surprised that she took a photo of the two-headed cat and posted it on social media, which attracted a lot of attention and discussion. She named the two-headed cat Biscuits and Gravy because it has 2 heads and can eat 2 kinds of food. The survival of the two-headed cat, miraculously strong. Although two-headed cats are rare, their living conditions are not optimistic because their body structure and functions have great defects, and they are prone to various complications and crises. Generally speaking, the lifespan of two-headed cats is very short, and many do not survive for more than a day. Even if some two-headed cats can survive, it is difficult for them to grow into cats and they can only live a few months at most. It is understood that the longest surviving two-headed cat in the world is a cat called Frank and Louie. It lived to be 15 years old and broke the world record, but it is also a special case. Kyla King's two-headed cat, Biscuits and Gravy, is also a miracle. It lived for 4 days, exceeding the lifespan of most two-headed cats. During these 4 days, Kyla King took good care of it, feeding it, keeping it warm, and giving it love. She discovered that this two-headed cat has only 1 brain, so its 2 heads can move in a coordinated manner, and both of its mouths can feed, but one mouth eats more, and the other mouth eats less. Phew! She also found that the two-headed cat was cute, docile and quiet, and enjoyed her touch and hugs. She hopes that this two-headed cat can continue to live and grow up, play and be happy like other normal cats. Although two-headed cats are very peculiar, their death is an inevitable tragedy because their bodies cannot bear the burden of 2 heads and cannot adapt to normal life. 4 days later, Kyla King's two-headed cat Biscuits and Gravy also unfortunately passed away from this world, ending its short and difficult life. Kyla King posted the news on social media, expressing her sadness and helplessness, and thanking all those who cared and supported her. She said that this two-headed cat was the most special cat she had ever seen. It brought her a lot of surprises and happiness, and also taught her a lot. She said she would always remember the two-headed cat, and love it forever. This news aroused condolences and sympathy from netizens. Many people expressed their admiration and praise for Kyla King, as well as their pity and blessings for the two-headed cat. They said that although this two-headed cat had an unfortunate fate, it was lucky because it met such a kind and responsible owner who gave it the best care and the most love. They said that although this two-headed cat lived a short life, it was wonderful because it showed a rare miracle and touched countless people. They said that although this two-headed cat has left, it will not be forgotten because it left a beautiful memory and inspired some thoughts. They said that this two-headed cat is a brave cat, a happy cat, and a respectable cat. Advocate to care for animals and respect the diversity of life. The two-headed cat incident is not only an anecdote, but also an educational event. It allows us to see the diversity and mysteries of the animal world, and also allows us to reflect on human attitudes and responsibilities. As humans, how should we treat animals, how we should treat cats, how we should treat life? We should advocate caring for animals and respect the diversity of life. Do not treat animals as playthings or tools. Do not buy or abandon animals at will. Do not abuse or harm animals. Instead, we should provide animals with proper feeding and management, and give them enough food and water. Provide animals with necessary medical treatment and healthcare, provide animals with reasonable space and activities, and provide animals with warm companionship and love. We should realize that animals are also life, have feelings, rights, and dignity. They are our friends, our family, our responsibility, and our conscience. We should understand them with our hearts, care for them with love, protect them with methods, and demonstrate them with civilization. Let us build a harmonious society with animals and share a better life.
No serious injuries, just malnutrition, dehydration, and exhaustion. I used small syringes to feed the kittens special milk formula. The mother cat had her first full meal in who knows how long. She ate until there was nothing left, then lay quietly, letting me care for her babies. For the next few weeks, I became part of their little world. I watched them grow stronger, open their eyes wide, start crawling, then walking, then running. I'll never forget the moment one of the kittens climbed onto my lap, purred softly, and fell asleep. That was the first time I cried. Not out of sadness, but from the overwhelming tenderness of it all. One month later, the kittens were bouncing around the clinic like tiny explorers. The mother cat had regained her strength, and her eyes no longer held fear, only calm and something like gratitude. I opened the back door one sunny morning, and she walked out to the field behind the house. She rolled in the grass, basked in the sunlight, and even chased a butterfly. That was when I knew she had come back to life. Three months later, they are still here. The kittens are strong, playful, each with their own quirks. The mother cat still comes back every evening after her strolls in the open fields. I saved them, but in truth, they saved a part of me too. See?